Hello everybody, welcome to December's Through the Rainbow video hop. For December we are working with our gold elements. I am showing you here some pumpkin embellishments that I made. I used a honeybee stamp and die set. I created a title piece, and I have a reel up on my Instagram account that has all the steps that I used to create my pumpkins. So I have a pattern paper here that I want to use, 2 photos, and I've pulled together all of the gold papers. So just a whole bunch of them. A lot of these are Hambly. The one with the big doily I'm not going to use. Initially I had played with the notion of fussy cutting that doily, but I decided nah. I also have some Scrap and Happy Studio epoxy flare. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use epoxy flares or sequins as the last little addition to my layout for this round, but I'm going to go ahead and opt for those epoxy flares. So next year, you will continue to see these videos up on my channel. I am playing along with another Through the Rainbow hop. This, for next year, we're going to do like in-between colors like teal and aqua and coral, and I'm so excited for it. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to start playing with those colors. So I know going in that I want to make a shelf layout, that's the layout design I'm going to go for. If you're curious as to what a shelf design is and how to put one together yourself, I do have a class that is included in my membership here on YouTube, and it is called Sarah's Go-To Designs, and one of those designs that I walk you through step by step is a shelf design, which is what I'm going to create today. I am going to go ahead and map my photos in these gold papers. Love that I didn't cut into any new pattern papers. I only used gold scraps, so that was very cool. And I did kind of go ahead and cut down that one photo. Again, I am working with my fall family photos. It's going to take me more than this fall to finish all these pictures. So many pictures. I ended up with like 64 that I printed. And that's totally fine because I don't always get family photos taken, especially now that my boys are older. So having a couple years worth of fall layouts to be able to film and do is totally fine by me. I'm gonna have to switch to winter pictures here in just a bit anyway, but there are a few fall ones that I still have in the pipeline that I'm going to get done and share with you. So I cut all of those gold papers into strips. I have this beautiful doily. If you're curious about the pattern paper in this layout, this is from Painted Passport by Webster's Pages. It is an older paper from my stash. In fact, everything on this page is from my stash. The only thing I kind of pulled out and made were my embellishments. Those pumpkins, I definitely made those pumpkins specifically for this layout. So I'm going to try to decide how I want this to go. I know I want to tuck this little pumpkin in, and I know that I want to put my title piece on top of the pumpkin. So my title is going to be Hey There Pumpkin, and in this case the pumpkin is actually my puppy, Mr. Fitzy. He features quite often in my scrapbook pages, almost as much as my children, truth be told, and my nieces and nephews. If you are interested in what my video lineup will look like on my channel in January, I actually posted a YouTube schedule that under the community tab that you can grab and save to your device. Now, this is just a planned out videos. Some of those things will and have to change simply because I am on design teams and I participate in some hops, and things like that are things that I have no control over. So they are scheduled for a time, but then they are moved. In fact, I already know the cherry on top hop has been rescheduled for the 3rd. So things are not exactly, but as long as it is under my control to figure to, it's not someone else scheduling things, then it'll give you a good idea, a basic good idea of what is coming to my channel and what I will have content-wise for the month of January. I will also be releasing in January the first 3 lessons of my Quilters Vibe class. I am so excited to get those videos edited and voiced over. That's the only part I have to do yet, and then I will have those lessons up, and those will be members only content. So if you're interested in a membership, you can always find the link to join my channel in the description box. And we will have 3 of the Quilters Vibe class lessons released in January, as well as finishing up, well, probably not finishing it, but definitely working through a little album project that I started in 2022 that I need to finish, hopefully very soon. So I'm going ahead and getting all of these pumpkins in their homes. I popped up the photo, and then I'm going to play with dimension a little bit, because you'll notice that for the bottom portion of my layout with those strips of paper, I did pop up some of them. I'm going to use some wet glue to adhere some of the pumpkins, but then some of them I'm using my tape runner. It depends on what I'm adhering them to. If it's just paper on paper, I'm going to use my tape runner. But if I'm adhering like embossed pieces, like the pumpkins are embossed, so when I put my title down, I used wet glue. And on that slick gold metallic paper that I used for some of my strips, I'm also going to use gold for that as well. Or glue, not gold. They're already gold, but I'm going to use some glue. I'm just going to pop this here. I think this layout turned out so beautiful, and I think that I achieved the golden look I was going for. I didn't use all, shimmery, shiny gold, but I colored the pumpkins in like a golden orange color, and my background paper, while not shiny gold, is a more kind of golden color, especially with that beautiful ombre it's got going on. So I didn't know right away if I wanted to do epoxy flares and add a little pop of some extra colors, or if I wanted to do just some gold sequins, and I went for the flares. I did decide that I wanted to kind of pull in some of that kind of burgundy color that's in the shirt that I'm wearing, and I wanted to add just a little something, a little bit more color to my layout. And so I'm going to go ahead and add some of these epoxy flares. I will leave a link to Scrap and Happy Studio in the description box. That's where my epoxy flares come from. She has the absolute best ones. I love her stuff. It's so good. And next to sequins, it is the last little bit of embellishing that I tend to go for. So when you create with epoxy flares, you always have to adhere them with a dry adhesive, just a tape runner. Don't use wet glue. It will damage your flares. And that's where we're going to call this one all done. Love how this turned out. Be sure to head down below and check out all the girls that have been hopping along all year long for the Through the Rainbow Hop. And we will see you all again next year. Bye!